New York Fashion Week is the most awaited event of the year in the fashion industry, and I've decided to make my way into it. In an industry full of fast fashion, exploitation, and elitism, imagine a space where everyone feels welcome to participate. NTA New York Fashion Week is back for year 2. I'm here to show you the whole process, full transparency behind running your own event and everything it takes to get there. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's get into it. Okay, it is August 15th and I still haven't even started on my New York Fashion Week collection, and I leave for New York on September 7th, which is very soon. Oddly enough, I'm not feeling super stressed about it. I am doing an exhibition this year instead of a runway, so I'm only making 2 looks rather than making like a full 5-look collection or anything like that, because I wanted to be able to dedicate more time to these looks, whereas I feel like in the past years I'm rushed for time and kind of end up doing more simpler pieces just for the sake of being able to have 5 looks or whatever. So this year I wanted to kind of be able to go around that and only do 2 looks and make them a little bit more intricate. Over the past year, I've been making a lot of custom orders for people, and I feel just better about being able to do more detailed things. I feel like I've been able to kind of exercise that a bit more, and I feel really comfortable in it now. So I know for a fact that for one of the pieces, I want to have something of a structured bodice, because I did it recently for this dress that I made for myself, and I'm just obsessed with it, and it feels very me, and I have the pattern for it already for at least the bodice part. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do yet for the skirt. It'll probably end up being some sort of circle skirt moment, but I know for sure that I want to have a bodice. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out and kind of start getting that ready. I have this black satin that I've had for probably years. I don't remember when I got it. I went through a huge satin phase maybe a couple years ago of just buying every piece of dead stock satin I saw available online. So I think that's where this is from probably. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut out my pieces. I'm gonna cut the lining in the same fabric as well, so I'm just gonna cut 2 of everything, or double of everything. Then we'll cut out the interfacing as well, and then I have boning and all that, and we're gonna get that all set up, and then we'll figure out what the rest of it is gonna look like and figure out what we want to do for the skirt and everything else. I do think I'm gonna add some extra details over top just to add something to it, but I want to get at least the base of this going. So I've put together the bodice for the most part. This is the lining that's interfaced. I have to put boning on it, but this is just the outer layer. What I want to do is add a fun little detail to this outer layer. So I was cleaning out my fabric closet recently, and last year I was gifted a bunch of fabrics from a brand that I was working for at the time, and it's what I used for my entire New York Fashion Week collection last year, what I've still been using to this day, because they literally gave me so much of it that I just have not even gone through even half of it. And there was a lot of other smaller rolls that I hadn't looked at. Those were, I put those in my fabric closet, and I just did not look at those because I have some big rolls that have been sitting back here for a long time that I've been using a lot, but all the smaller ones I just kind of disregarded. And most of them are silk rolls, and they have this one that's really shimmery, shiny black silk. It has a really beautiful shine to it, and it's too transparent to make something out of. I would love to make a dress out of it, but it would be too transparent on its own. But I thought this could be cool to do some sort of draped effect on the bodice, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna play around with that a little bit, kind of see where that takes me, because if so, I would need to attach that to the bodice before attaching the lining to this, because I would want it to be in this top seam, if that makes sense. But I was thinking of doing some sort of draped moment like this, just to add a little bit of texture to it. I think it would be really, really beautiful. So I'm gonna play around a little bit with it and kind of see where that takes me. I finished all the edges of this piece, put together the lining to the outer shell, and have this currently pinned right now. And now that I have it like this, I'm thinking I was gonna make it a dress, but I love this as a top as well. So I think I'm gonna do like a top and skirt so that when you're wearing it, it looks like it's a dress, but it'll be more wearable to be able to do either pieces on their own, because I will be going to London and Paris right after New York, because those fashion weeks are after New York Fashion Week. And I wanna just like wear really fun looks on the streets because that's what Fashion Week is for. And I feel like this would be a really cute look with like pants as well. Like I don't wanna wear like the full New York Fashion Week look maybe, but like this with pants would be really cool. We're just like finding different ways to style it. I think it just gives a little bit more versatility, which I think also goes hand in hand with sustainability. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm thinking I'm gonna finish this off, like finish off like the bottom and everything. This I'm gonna figure out how I wanna go about kind of keeping that in place. And I think I'm gonna do a corseted back. So I think I'm gonna add grommets into the back and then get some ribbon for it. And I need to separate this out a little bit more, so I cut into it. But overall, I'm feeling really good about it, and I think it's gonna be really cute. So today I want to work on my second piece of this collection, or like second look, I guess. I truthfully don't have like a set direction yet on what I want for this one, but I was talking with Maria, who's doing all the jewelry for this show or for this event, and she was like, I don't know if you are planning on doing anything backless, but if you do, I have a really cool idea for some kind of like body jewelry that kind of comes down the back. And she sent me this inspo image, and it's so beautiful. And I was like, you know what, I don't even have a concept yet for the second one, so I can purposefully make it backless so that we can do something like that, because that looks absolutely stunning. And so I'm looking through all of my fabrics to see what I have, because when I think backless, I think of some sort of like silky slip dress vibe. And last year I made my own New York Fashion Week dress. This one, I never got a good picture in it, but this dress, I made it out of pant samples that I got from the company I was working for at the time. Samples that just like were not usable because they were like slightly damaged or just like not made perfectly right. And I still have all the leftovers of that. So I made a bunch of those dresses that are probably gonna be up on my shop eventually. I need to like work it out first, but I used the back of those pants for those dresses. So I literally have the full pant without the back, because the front has this like pleat detail and the back was like fully just like solid. So I used the back to make all those dresses. But I have all these fronts, and I really do like this like pleating detail that it has. So I'm wondering if I just like make a huge fabric out of all of these legs and then kind of try to drape something with it, is what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna cut these all out because obviously they're still all like kind of attached. I'm gonna cut it out so that they're like panels, and then I'm going to start sewing them together. This might work, this might not work, but either way I want to see if I can manage to do anything with these, because I love this fabric. It's super smooth and silky and drapes really well, so I think it'd be cool to have that, and then it would have like an added texture. So we'll see. That's the general idea we're going for right now. So I put together like 4 panels, I believe, and this is what it looks like. Nothing crazy, but I don't think I like it for what I was going for. Like, I think it's just a bit like heavy. I don't know, like maybe I need to like iron it out more so I like it better, but it's not doing what I wanted it to do or what I was thinking in my head. Especially because of the pleats, it adds like a bit of like texture and volume, and I kind of wanted it to be more like tight and sleek. So I don't love this for this particular look, so I'm gonna not do that. But I think I'll probably use this for something else sometime, just like not for this specific look because it's not the vision I'm going for. So scratch that idea. I'm gonna look through my fabric stash and see what else I have that we could use, because I do want to get started on the second look. I just really am like so lost on it, like no thoughts, not a single thought running through my brain right now. Okay, I'm really forcing myself to be creative today because it's not in me. It is not one of those days, but I'm really trying to force it out of myself because we are running low on time here and I'm acting like I have all the time in the world to finish this. So I decided I could use some of the fabric from my Oreo dresses from last year's New York Fashion Week, because I still have a decent amount of fabric from that roll. It's this really nice silky feeling fabric. It's not actually silk, but it just has a very nice almost satiny finish. So I just quickly draped like a little bias moment with a nice open back here because like I said, we want to do some like open back jewelry. So I'm thinking I'm going to finish the edges of this and then put this back seam together. And I've been really into like the slip dresses that have a lot of ruffles all over them and like diagonal patterns. So I think I want to do that with this dress, like have a really simple silhouette but add ruffles kind of all over to add some bit of texture so that it kind of matches this second look, which is also going to be like all black, pretty sleek, but I added this like nice little texture to it because I love having details, but I'm not a maximalist girl usually. So doing it like in a monochromatic way, I feel like it tones it down a bit and still adds a little more to it without it being like too overwhelming, and I feel like I could still wear it out and about. So that's kind of the goal with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew that up, like sew these edges, finish them, and then we'll sew that back piece. And then I'll probably drape it back on here and then play around with making some ruffles out of the fabric. And hopefully it turns out the way I'm thinking that it's gonna turn out, because otherwise, I don't know. Okay, listen, it's been a couple of days because I just need to like sit on it for a bit and like look at it because I was hating absolutely everything. I don't even think I filmed this, but I did actually make a few ruffles and started kind of placing them on the dress to see what it would look like. And I have 2 of them on here right now, and like I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's giving, I don't know, just like basic, whatever. Like maybe it would look different if it was all the way around, but I just like, something about it I'm not liking. I had 4 or 5 different rows going to like get a more full like effect, but even that I wasn't really loving. And then I started playing with this ruffle in the back. I don't really know how well you can see any of this because it's like black. As you can see, I have like a ruffle going down the back. I do like that it's this V-shaped back and then it has this like volume coming out of it. I think it's really pretty. So I wanted to play with this idea of having the ruffles like cascading down loosely like this rather than them being attached like this. So I'm thinking that it could be kind of fun to make little flowers and then have ruffles like coming down from the flowers and then have them pinned like all over the dress kind of like sporadically. So it kind of gives maximalist, but like in a more subtle way. Like I'm not gonna cover the entire dress or anything, but just like having a few different ones with like different variations in like length of all the ruffles, but just having them kind of placed throughout I think could be really beautiful. Just like imagine that with like a flower at the top and then kind of all the way, and then keeping this in the back, this big ruffle, and put like one big flower right here. I think that could be really beautiful and it could add a bit of texture, a little bit of something, but I think it would still be a pretty wearable piece because I think my main thing is that obviously I do want these to be like special pieces, but I will be going to London and Paris Fashion Week after, and I do want to shoot these on the streets as well and like wear them. So I do want them to be like relatively wearable, but with like a little bit of a twist to them. I'm kind of feeling that. I think I just need to play around with making flowers and hoping that what I have in my head, the vision I have in my head, actually comes to life. I think that's what we need to do, and that's what I want to do today. And then if it works out, then we can kind of like finish this piece up and do that. Because for this other piece I just need to do a skirt for it, but I don't know exactly what I want to do for this skirt just yet, so I'm just gonna wait on it. But I love this top, so I'm just like sitting on it for a bit. I'm gonna test try some flowers and then I will get back to you. So I made the flowers and they actually do look exactly like what I wanted them to look like. So this is kind of an up close. I'm really mad I didn't test try this when I was making my Eras Tour outfit because it was a full rose gown, this one. I could have made flowers like this for it, it would have been perfect, and I don't know why I didn't think of it then. So rest in peace that idea. But I have a few up on here. So this is the energy I was thinking. Again, I don't know how well this shows up on camera because it's like black on black, so sometimes details get a little lost, but I like the energy of like the flower and like the ruffle kind of coming down from it. And I think I'll definitely do maybe like a couple back here or something. I think that would be really cute. And I think it's like subtle couture in a way, because it's like, yeah, they're handmade and stuff, but it doesn't look overly maximalist, which I really love. I think it's so pretty, and I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere with that dress. And then I was thinking to tie both of these looks in together, I could put one of the flowers on this too, or potentially somewhere on this skirt, just so like both of them come together. But I'm really liking how it's turning out. I think I just need to play around with it and see how many more I want to add on here, because again, I don't want it to be like too overly loaded, but like just enough, I think, that it like is, I don't know, different, I guess. I think I'll add like one more down here maybe, and then I think I want the bottom to kind of free flow a little bit more. I don't know if I want to add too many down here, but I'll see. I'm kind of just gonna play around with it, but I think it's really cute, and I'm liking where it's going so far. Good morning, guys. It is currently August 30th. I'm sorry if you can hear the wind blower in the background. They do this every time I want to film. Hopefully it's not too loud. Today, I want to do the skirt to this look. So I started cutting out 2 circle skirts because my idea is to have like a double layered circle skirt and like the top layer be like shorter with like an asymmetrical hem over the other one. So I have both of them at the same length right now, and I want to kind of play around with what it would look like to have a different height on it. So yeah, let's do that. Obviously it's not gonna lay the same way as it will when it's like not just like roughly pinned on itself, and it's not going to be as like bulky in a way. I do want the volume, but I know it's not going to necessarily look like that when it's done. But I just wanted like a little extra something, since this side is going to have this little moment from the bodice. I want this side to kind of have a bit of volume and something to it. I think this is just like very playful and adds a little something, but it's still, I would say, like a pretty wearable look, which is kind of what I wanted. So I do think I like that energy. I'm gonna kind of mark where I want this to be, and then we'll put it down on the table and like properly cut it evenly from like back and front. But I think this is gonna be really cute. I'm excited to finish this look up. Okay, so my camera died while I was finishing the skirt, but I think this is so cute. It's officially done. So obviously I wanted to try on the full outfit to see what it looks like, and I think it's so cute and so fun. I was kind of worried about this looking weird with the skirt, because when I envisioned it obviously wearing it with a skirt, which I think is cute, but I also envisioned it wearing it with like pants, and like I just thought it'd be like a cool element to have on if you're wearing either like jeans or like black leather pants, whatever the case may be. I just thought it'd be like a cool addition there, but wasn't sure how it would look with a skirt, but I like the way it looks. I really love the layers of the skirt, and I think it adds a little extra touch, a little extra something to it without, again, it being like too overbearing. And I just think it's very versatile. I think both of these pieces separately can be very versatile, and I'm really glad I made it 2 pieces instead of like one full dress, because it was just going to be a dress at first. But I could see myself wearing this skirt with different tops, or this top with different bottoms, also in my day-to-day life, which is nice. So I'm obsessed with it. I think it's so cute, and I think I'm gonna have my model wear like boots like this. I think would be really cute with it. She's probably not my size of shoe. I'm gonna ask her what boots she has, but I'm hoping she has black boots of this type of energy, just like knee high or like whatever. I'm gonna figure out what the hair and makeup is gonna be like for this look too. I think we've got some like really beautiful like jewelry, obviously from my friend Maria, that she's gonna be wearing, so I do want to like be able to give her the space for that. So I don't think I want the hair down. I do think I want it up. I don't know if I want to do like a high sleek like ponytail moment. I think that could be really cool for both looks, or like a low bun with like little pieces like coming out. I'm like between those two. Anyway, I'm really excited about this. She's officially done the first official look that is 100% done. It is August 31st and I just finished this second piece and I'm obsessed with it. I think it lays so beautifully, and this back I'm screaming. I love I love an open back. And my friend Maria, who's doing all the jewelry for it, created like this really beautiful like back jewelry piece that like dangles down on the back, and I think it's gonna be so beautiful. This is what it looks like. I waited to finish this piece because since we were doing like a back jewelry piece, I didn't want to have like a tied neck up here so that like there would be ties kind of in the way, because I wanted the back to really have its own moment. So I was trying to figure out what to do with this like strap situation so that it wouldn't be like tied, but obviously like you can't just put your head through it either because it's like pretty high up or like tight. So I put in a little button here, so it's like a little loop that you loop the like strap into, then you can like loop it off. So that's what I did to be able to have like a clean finish, and I love it. I think this is so beautiful, and I think it just like moves really well. I love all these little details on it. I think it looks so nice, and I'm so excited, one, for my model to wear this and like walk around and look stunning. She's also much taller than I am, and I feel like long dresses look so beautiful on people who are much taller. So I'm excited about that. And then obviously this is also relatively wearable. So obviously it's coming with me to like Paris and London afterwards. And I think either I will wear it, Lexi could probably wear this one too as well, because I think she would look stunning in it. But yeah, it's officially done. I love it. I'm so excited about this piece. So that's it for my two New York Fashion Week looks. I still have to make my actual look, which I'm considering like a third look as well. So that one I started cutting out yesterday, the day before. I think I might start sewing it today because I really need to get on that, because I don't even have an outfit for myself for this yet, and that's kind of important. So okay, so I'm making my outfit for New York Fashion Week, right? And my initial thought was like a baby doll dress, because usually when it comes to events and things, I know there's gonna be a million pictures taken. I know I'm gonna end up in the background of pictures, there's a lot of videos, whatever. And to make myself just feel more comfortable and not have to like think about my appearance 24/7, I like to wear relatively like loose things, or things that like I know if I'm a little bloated, if I get my period, whatever, like I will feel comfortable in, and I'm not gonna be like self-conscious thinking about like, oh, like can you tell that I'm bloated or whatever. Like it's just like a me thing. I like to be comfortable, and I like to make sure that like no matter what angle you're getting of me, I'm not gonna look at that picture later on and be like, I don't like how I look. So I tend to wear either like loose things or like a waist fitted thing, but then it like goes out. And my initial thought for this dress was like, let's do a baby doll dress. So kind of like what I wore for Fashion Week, the first one I did, which is like the purple baby doll dress I did. So something like this, where it's like a tight chest piece, but then it like goes out right up here. That was my initial thought, and that's what I was patterning out. But then when I was making it and I had this pinned up here, this skirt just like fell down. I didn't have it like pinned all the way, and it fell to the waist, and I was like, wait, this could be a really cute two-piece. So now I am debating making it a two-piece, because I think I'd still be equally comfortable because it's like tight at my waist, but then it would be loose there, which I feel like that's just where I'm most self-conscious, and I don't mind my midriff showing at all, like this area obviously. So I'm thinking this could be cute. I'm gonna try to show you the whole thing. This is what it looks like. Obviously the skirt is longer than what I would have wanted, because it was meant to be up here, so then it'd be shorter, if that makes makes sense. But I was playing around with the idea of making it maybe like one of those like bubbled hems like this, so it has like volume to it, but like obviously shorter. I don't know how to explain that, but the type that kind of like come in and create a little bubble. I think that could be really cute because my idea was to wear it with my red knee-high boots and just do like a full red look, which would be a nice contrast to my all black looks that I'm showcasing. And now I'm kind of vibing with it, so I think I'm gonna go for the two-piece set instead of the baby doll dress. But obviously, as you can tell, I've been putting on all of this tulle to the top part. It's all pinned on there right now, so I need to sew it on, but I wanted to add a little bit of texture, and also because this red satin is slightly different than the one I used for my I Bet You Think About Me dress that I made recently, this one. I had two rolls of like red satin fabric. One was a little bit brighter and one's a little bit duller. It's this color, like a little bit darker, I guess. So I originally was just gonna do tulle at the bottom, but then the top looked really dark in comparison to this because the tulle is a little bit lighter. So I was like, you know what, I need to put tulle at the top so it's like the same color. So I've just been kind of playing with that, and I love the texture of this as well, what it adds to it. So I just need to sew that onto it, and then I'm probably just gonna make it like a little corseted back over here, and then I'll just add a zipper and a little waistband to this, and then we can hem it and it'll be done. Definitely changing my original design quite a bit, but I think it's gonna be really cute and I'm excited. Alright guys, it is September 2nd, and I just started finishing up the top of the red look. Pretty much finished all the edges and just have to add the grommets to the back. So now all we have left is this skirt. I was debating whether or not to put a waistband on it, but I kind of don't want a waistband on it. Like, I kind of just want it to be like straight up like this. So I luckily found a red zipper because I just have so many extra random zippers from projects that I thought I was going to do that I never ended up doing, and obviously red's one of the colors I use a lot. So luckily I found a red zipper, so I don't have to go buy one, and I'm just gonna finish it up. I'm gonna put the zipper into the skirt and get all the edges finished up, and then we'll tackle the hem, which I do think I want to bubble it up. I think that would be really, really cute, and I don't think I've ever done that before for any look, so I just think it'd be a little something extra, a little something fun. So let's finish this look up today so we can officially be done with all of our looks and we can get them all ready to be packed up.